Um, for those of you that know what's been going on, the dog went blind a couple days ago, or the blindness set in a couple days ago, and she had a dental extraction on Monday. A couple days later, well, I know, dental extraction on Monday. A couple days before that, the week before, we thought she had tight muscles, tight legs, tight hips, tight everything, and no viewers. That's okay. So that's what was going on at the beginning of the week, or last week. Monday, I said she had her dental extraction. The vet said she's totally blind. I said I need a second opinion. Hold on, it's noisy out here. I'm stressing out, hurting big time. You got four people with cameras here, no screamers. It's very quiet. Okay, so Tuesday, the eye doctor, the ophthalmologist looked at her and said she's got, what did he say? She has inflammation on both optic nerves. And I thought he said they look scratched. And when I talked to the neurologist today, she said scratched. Maybe he said detached. And I said, I don't know. I thought he said scratched, which she didn't understand. So I went to the neurologist today to get her an MRI. Believe me, anybody that wants to make a donation, I will gladly accept it. If it's $5, don't worry. If it's 5 or 10, you probably need the money more than me. They had told me this was going to cost $3,800. It's $5,800 today. And that's just for today. That doesn't include the $1,400 for the dental extraction and the $700 for the ophthalmologist and the $200 for the appointments. So we're looking almost $10,000 within less than a week. And okay, there's a plane. I don't really care. You don't think about this stuff, but to sign to do not resuscitate forms for your dog within 3 days, it's unbelievable. I'm not the only one that has to deal with this stuff, whether human or pet, but to sign a form saying either resuscitate if they have a heart attack or stroke or don't, overwhelming. I was ready to pass out in the room. It's just too much. So I got her out of the car. She walked about 20 feet, and you can see there's nobody here. She walked about 20 feet, and I had to carry her into the place. She was petrified. Obviously, she's scared. She's blind. She can't see anything anymore. A few days ago, she was running around, living life, walking on the lawn, walking on the sidewalk, crossing the street, sniffing the trees. And now her whole life has changed. I'm not going to say her whole life is over. Her whole life is completely different. And she's petrified because she doesn't know what's going on out there. So they told me they'll do the MRI. It takes about 20 minutes. It's probably already been done, I'm assuming. They walked her out of there, and they did the neurological exam and came back in, and she said, she's a really good dog. The doctor said, the neurologist said, a lot of the dogs that have sudden blindness are petrified, and they have a very hard time with it. She says, your dog walked out of the room with confidence, and she did really good until she got in the hall where she said, oh, I don't know where I'm at. I'm not moving anymore. So she said, overall, the body looks good. She said, both eyes are dilated, which I guess is not a good thing. And she didn't, from her observation, she didn't think that there was vision in them. She did say that the ophthalmologist said he thought one of the eyes was too far gone and one of them might be able to get vision. But he wasn't sure and she wasn't sure. Okay, so I got some guy walking towards me coughing, and I don't have my mask outside. Okay, so where are we at? Everybody's taking pictures of these airplanes like this is the end of the world. Still no viewers, that's okay. Air Canada, American. Emirates just landed. We got a Korean over there, and I don't know who else. British Airways. El Al is back. Yesterday we had, I think, 5 Ospreys that flew over this area. Coming over to LAX because Biden's coming in Friday. I got to take my mom to an appointment. There's the Philippine Air. Got to take my mom to a hearing aid appointment Friday, so I don't know if I'm going to be here when he comes in town. I've got to be with the dog. My whole life is completely upside down now with all of this. I had mentioned that I went to the market to get my mom food a couple days ago, and the cashier said, she says, I'm taking my dog to the crematorium after I get out of work. And I thought, wow, at least my dog is alive. And then today, I'm over at the vet. And she said, we're going to do blood work, we're going to do the MRI, and your dog could have cancer or a tumor. She could have a tumor in the brain that is causing problems with the eye nerve. And that's when I went from, I'm glad my dog is still alive, to if she doesn't recover her vision, but if she doesn't recover, she gets partial vision, but she doesn't have a tumor or cancer, I'll take that also. I just don't want this dog I don't want her to die young. I don't want to lose her. She is the world to me. So, before I was saying, I don't want her to be blind too. I'm just thankful she's here. And today, I'm hoping she has no other medical issues. So they're doing the MRI. They said they might do a spinal tap to get the liquid out of there. She says chances of the spinal tap liquid is going to show absolutely nothing and she'll be fine. Is that a plane or are those birds? It's a plane. But they're doing blood tests, so hold on. It's very noisy here. So she said the blood work's going to be done and they'll get results in a couple days. I called the eye doctor, the ophthalmologist. I said, look, I know I'm going to be stuck in the middle of this thing, but I'm probably not going to understand much. And she said what's going to happen is the same thing the neurologist told me. After the CAT scan, after the MRI, she's going to call me up. And if she sees a tumor or if she sees anything bad, she's going to let me know on the phone. So I am hoping the phone call is a good phone call. And that's supposed to happen whenever it happens, sometime soon. And then we wait a few days for the blood work. And if she has no cancer and she has no tumors, then the next phase is, can they recover some sight in her eye? One of them or both of them. And if they can, we'll discuss a treatment plan between the ophthalmologist and the veterinarian. The ophthalmologist is probably going to be going into the vet hospital to do, I don't know, prednisone is shot, so I don't really know that I'd have to be doing too much going to the vet. But if she's got a cancer or a tumor, then we got to discuss treatments, and that's something I hope we don't have to do. So that's my day. My week is $10,000 in vet bills. If you want to leave something, there's a PayPal link in on my channel, and if you don't want to leave anything, that's okay. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time. I've cried so much the last 3 or 4 days. Once I realized that she had lost her vision, my mom was crying this morning when she looked at the dog. And I have to pick her up there. She's going to be the last dog released today, probably. I don't like driving at night. I don't like driving in the dark. I don't like being out when it's cold. And I'm going to have to drive in the dark in a really busy rush hour traffic part of the city and pick up a dog that's probably not going to be able to walk to the car. And she really has had maybe 2 meals in the last 3 days. She had the dental surgery. She couldn't eat. And thankfully, she didn't eat much this morning, or they never would have been able to do the MRI. So I'm lucky I got a good team working with me. The ophthalmologist got me this appointment. The vet got me the ophthalmology appointment the next day because he was going to be there. And the ophthalmologist got the MRI appointment the next day. Yes, it is major bucks. My sister says, why are you spending this money? And I said, Would you want somebody to tell you if you lost your vision or if you were sick, would you want somebody to say, why are you spending this money? Just suffer because that's part of life? But my sister actually told me that's part of life. Leave the dog alone. And my mom's just shaking her head saying, that's a lot of money. How are you going to do this? So it is nuts, and I don't think we're done. But as long as this dog can see, or as long as she comes home, as long as she comes home and she doesn't have any tumors or other health issues, to me, at this point, that's the main thing that I care about. Hopefully she gets vision. So that's what's going on in my life. I'm going to leave this video upload now and not use any more battery power because the vet is going to be calling me. And still 0 viewers. Wow.